kind of on this trend of milk, it seems like more and more people are at least aware of their intolerance to what they think is lactose, maybe A2.
A1.
So A1, A2 is what could be helpful there.
Yes.
And because of that, this trend of plant-based milks has popped
Mm.
up over the
Mm.
last probably 10 years now. It's become extremely popular.
Mhm.
Almond milks, soy milks, oat milks. There's a lot of
Yeah.
those. There's a lot there to break down. So let's just start with maybe some ingredients that you want to avoid in those types of milks. And maybe even are those is that considered milk in your opinion?
Ah, I don't really think it's considered milk.
No.
You're not I mean, you're literally just taking an almond or an oat and mixing it with water.
Yeah.
I think to compare or any type of milk, to compare dairy milk to these plant-based milks in
Yeah.
terms of its nutritional profile, they can't really be
Not
compared.
even close. It's almost
No.
like is almond juice a more accurate
Yeah, I
term?
guess so,
Yeah.
yeah. But that doesn't sound as cool.
No, it doesn't.
So,
Yeah.
going back to your question, there's
Yeah.
really three main ingredients I recommend avoiding in these plant-based milks.
Okay.
It is the vegetable oils,
Yep.
your canola oil, sunflower oil, rapeseed oil, which is
Mhm.
found in Oatly.
Yeah.
We'll talk about why I'm not a fan of Oatly at all.
Yep.
In fact, that's probably one of the worst milks out there. Um, a lot of these gums and emulsifiers in them, gellan gum, xanthan gum, carrageenan, and then added sugar. So those are the three main things. And those are three things that I do recommend avoiding in any product for that matter.
Yeah.
But they're very, very common in these plant-based milks.
Absolutely. And so you said one word there that I want to drill down on, emulsifiers.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So gums and emulsifiers, they basically they put these in these plant-based milks to prevent anything from separating
Mhm.
and basically give it a creamier consistency, more similar to milk.
Okay.
But the problem is they're not very good for our guts. And there's
Yeah.
studies that show that basically all of these gums have some sort of negative impact on our gut bacteria.
So very artificial. That
Yes.
We're not meant to digest.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. So then that's all of the things that we should avoid in these plant-based milks. Are there things that we should look for in the plant-based ones?
Yeah, there are definitely many good plant-based milks out there. And for
Mm-hmm.
the most part, it's just going to be nuts, water, and maybe sea salt.
Okay.
That's all you should really
Yeah.
see.
And at its core, those three ingredients are good for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, they are, but that also reminds me like a lot of these plant-based milks, they're mostly just water.
Yeah.
There's such a small percentage of them. So there's such a small percentage of almonds or oats or hemp seeds or whatever the plant is. There's such
Yeah.
a small percentage of that in there. So it's mostly just water.
It's mostly water.
Yeah, and
Water and sugar.
for some of the brands, yeah, it's basically just water, sugar, vegetable oils, and emulsifiers.
Yeah. Think about that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That
Yeah.
has nothing to do with milk.
With a handful of almonds.
Yeah.
And then they get to call it almond milk.
Yeah.
And then to even take it one step further, they put all of these synthetic vitamins in there,
Yeah.
like vitamin D, calcium, vitamin B12, to mimic the nutritional profile of cow's milk.
Yeah.
So again, a lot of people look on the nutritional label and they see, oh, it's got vitamin D, it's got vitamin A, it's got vitamin B, it's got calcium. I'm just going to drink this instead of cow's milk. When in reality, these are such low quality synthetic forms of vitamins that is our body even absorbing them?
Yeah. That's a
We
great
don't
point.
know. And then it has all these emulsifiers and added sugar and vegetable oils to go along with it.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. The benefit's just not there.
No.
I think I was, when I was reading, I think in like a normal gallon of almond milk, there's maybe like 10 almonds
Really?
that are used to make that full gallon.
Yeah.
There's hardly anything.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are all crushed down and you're really not even maybe getting the benefits of those almonds
Yeah.
in that almond milk.
Yeah.
Because they're coated in other chemicals.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were going to try a plant-based milk, say you're someone that is lactose intolerant, you've tried A2 for whatever reason, it just didn't work,
Yeah.
sit well, didn't work for you.
Yeah.
But you want to have some form of milk. What should that person look for?
Yeah. First off, I would say it is worth trying raw milk as well.
Okay.
Because some people can't digest A2 like there a whole different sensitivity is just the pasteurization process in general. So some people that can't consume A2 pasteurized milk, they may be able to consume raw milk because it has all of those enzymes and different things, which allows you to break it down easier.
Huh.
So first, I would say try to find raw milk if you can.
Yep.
My favorite plant-based milk, my personal favorite plant-based milk is coconut milk. But it's not the coconut milk found in the cartons that a lot of people find in the fridge section. It's actually canned coconut milk because this normally just has coconuts and water, and that's it.
Yep. What's the difference between coconut milk and coconut water?
Coconut. Oh man. I actually don't even. Oh yes, I do know the difference.
Yeah.
So, coconut water is just if you open up a coconut, there's water in there,
Okay.
and that's the coconut water.
Uh-huh.
Simple as that. Coconut milk is made by taking the coconut meat, which is basically so you have the coconut, and then inside the coconut you have it's like a thin layer of white meat.
Yeah.
You've seen that before?
Yeah.
So it's coconut milk is made by taking that and combining it with water.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
that's how coconut milk is made.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my favorite.
Yeah.
It would be coconut milk.
Mm-hmm. And then, so coconut milk is the go-to. But if there's one where it's just like, I gotta stay away from this. What's the one plant-based milk that's a no-go?
Yeah, it's probably the one that's most popular,
Yeah.
which is oat milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Oatly.
Holy.
I hate
why
to attack
Oatly?
a brand.
Yeah.
But a couple of different reasons. Non-organic oats that have been sprayed with the herbicide known as glyphosate. Have you ever heard of glyphosate?
Only because of you.
Oh, okay. We'll do a whole nother podcast episode on glyphosate, but it's a very common herbicide used, and it is not a good thing. So the World Health Organization actually classifies glyphosate as a carcinogen,
Oh, God.
and it wreaks havoc on our gut.
Yeah. Is this common in all oats, or is it just oat milk?
Oh no, all oats.
Okay.
All
okay.
oats. So that's part of the reason why I always recommend going for organic oats.
Okay.
Because organic oats are not sprayed with glyphosate.
Got it.
The very popular herbicide.
Yep.
So why do I not like oat milk, Oatly in general? Non-organic oats. It has rapeseed oil, which is basically another name for canola oil.
Mm-hmm.
It has these gums and emulsifiers.
Yeah.
I actually don't think it has added sugar. In certain, I could be wrong in terms of like, I'm sure they have an unsweetened one versus a different one. And then it has all those synthetic vitamins and minerals that make you think you're getting something equivalent to dairy milk when in reality you're not.
Yep. It sounds like they're trying to make a milk in a lab, and they're combining all these chemicals that our body's just not meant to digest.
Yes.
And that's the output of that is oat milk.
Yeah. And specifically if you're someone that is insulin resistant or has hormone problems or struggles with weight loss, I think oat milk is definitely the worst option.
Yeah.
You do not want to be consuming this, especially consuming. I know a lot of people like to put oat milk in their coffee.
Yeah.
But consuming oat milk first thing in the morning on an empty stomach is going to cause a rapid rise in your blood sugar. And ultimately, it's just going to leave you feeling more hungry after and throughout the day.
Yeah. It goes back to that satiation that we talked about earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look at oat milk, it's mostly just carbs. It's liquid carbs. And those carbs get turned into sugar when we consume them. So there's not a lot of fat or protein in oats.
Yeah.
And the first thing we want to consume when we wake up to satiate us is protein and fat.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We want to hit it with that. So if you're having that oat milk in the morning, Kyle said it's going to spike your blood sugar, which is just going to make you want more and more food. So if you're someone that is maybe struggling with weight loss, or you have a lot of belly fat that you're trying to get rid of, and you think you're helping yourself by having an oat milk, you're doing the exact opposite.
Yes.
Okay.
You are. Yeah. So if you do want to avoid the dairy and you want something else to put in your milk, again, I'd say coconut milk is your best option, even something like almond milk.
Okay. That'd be better.
Yes, than oat milk.
And what about soy milk?
I'm not a big fan of soy in general. Two main reasons. One, a lot of it is non-organic. So again, it's sprayed with those different pesticides and herbicides.
Yeah.
Corn and soy are like two of the most heavily produced crops in the U.S. And they're just so incredibly cheap to make. And they have a lot of anti-nutrients in them that prevents us from absorbing certain things in them. So I'm not a big fan of soy milk.
So try and stay away.
Yeah.
I think that came to the same conclusions there doing some research. It's very cheap to make.
Yeah.
It doesn't have nutritional benefit.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're going to rank plant-based? We're going to start with coconut and then walk me through the rest.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd put coconut milk first. I put oat milk last, and then somewhere in the middle, I'd say the rest of them are in there.
Yeah.
Almond milk, hemp milk. I mean, soy milk, rice milk. I can't say I'm really a big fan of those.
Yeah, I found that pea milk and rice milk very high
Oh, pea
in
milk.
heavy metals.
Oh yeah,
and just
yeah.
stay away from those too.
Yes.
Was what I saw.
Yeah, rice is very high in arsenic.
Yep.
And then yeah, pea protein. Like
Okay.
I know a lot of people like pea. A lot of people have plant-based pea protein, but yeah, that's a big problem. They're very high in heavy metals.
Okay.
So
trying to
side
say-
note, if you are looking at a plant-based protein, try to get one that tests for heavy metals.
Oh,
A lot
okay.
of companies are doing that now.
Will they put it on the carton, or will you have to research that outside?
I think some will put it on.
They will.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
the protein powder that I take and recommend, Flav City.
Yeah.
It's primarily whey based, but he does add a little bit of pea protein in
Yeah.
there for just some extra protein, and he does third party test, and that says it on the package.
Okay. There you
So
go.
either check the package or the website or reach out to them.
Yeah.
If you can, see that.